Now the floor is given to Mr. Zhou Wenzhong. Thank you for your question. Now I want to introduce you the travel schedule for the Labor Day. And in 2022 Labor Day holiday, we will in total have 8 days of increased travel. It is forecasted that in total we will have 32 million passengers, 4 million on a daily basis, and we will have increased short-term travel and short-term hometown visit, short-distance hometown visit. To satisfy the need of people's travel during the holidays, China Railway Group have formulated a differentiated, refined, and high-speed plan for satisfying the needs of the passengers. First, we will refine the schedule on a timely basis. We will follow the pandemic situation on a timely basis, and we will rely on 12306 big data system to make analysis and dynamically adjust the train schedule. Second, we will offer differentiated services. For provinces, cities, and local areas suffering from different situations of the pandemic, we will provide a different supply, and we will provide short-term distance transportation capacity to Pearl River Delta, Chengdu, Chongqing, and Yunnan, Guizhou area, where the pandemic is of the least influence. Thirdly, we will provide fast speed adjustment to satisfy emergency requirements, emergency increase of the passenger requirements. We can increase passenger cars as soon as the passenger needs arrive to ensure the safe and orderly travel of tourists. We stick to the general principle of preventing import of foreign cases and preventing domestic rebound, and we insist on the dynamic zero COVID policy, and we try to control the passenger load within the cars, and we measure the temperature and also encourage better ventilation and disinfection. We have face wiping services and also other non-contact services like ordering food by scanning the code, and also we strengthen onboarding and boarding services to passengers. And safe travel are the common aspiration of railway ministry and the general passengers. And I remind the tourists to understand the destination's pandemic control policy, and also keep your personally healthy during the travel process. Please wear your mask and reduce clustering and gathering, and maintain social distancing and cope with the pandemic control policies so as to safeguard a healthy travel environment together. Now we allow further questions. Thank you. From China Daily. My question goes to the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. And what are the measures for supplying cultural and tourism products during the holiday? The floor is given to Mr. Li Xiaoyong. Thank you for your interest in culture and tourism. We are still facing severe pandemic control situation within China to do a better job in the holiday season, and we have sent out a circular and convened a telephone conference to make a deployment of the work during the pandemic heat season. And we will implement the following 4 requirements. First, we will strictly implement pandemic control measures. We require all cultural units, museums, and travel agencies to check the health code of the passengers and measure the temperature, and also remind all the passengers to wear their mask, improve ventilation, and encourage better disinfection. We also encourage the tourist place to have peak limit, reservation requirements, and staggered visits. And we also offer differentiated treatment to different areas. Second, we try to supply better product. We combine online and offline channels to provide more online travel services so as to reduce gathering. We guide A-level tourist spots and A-level hotels and restaurants to improve their service quality. And libraries, cultural stations, museums will stop or temporarily reduce the number of cultural events. Certainly, we have emergency measures. We guide cultural units, museums, and cultural organizations to have emergency drills to be prepared for emergencies. And the culture and tourism agencies should work together with local health authority, public security authority, and Ministry of Information Technology. Once a pandemic hit the region, and they should work together with the local government to do epidemiology survey and to help arrange the tourists. Fourthly, we will have better communication and guidance, and we will have a health check to prevent loopholes in pandemic control measures and guide the local culture and tourism unit to follow the rules. And through media platform, we guide the public to wear their mask and keep their temperature measure and check their health code before they travel to any place. Thank you. Now we allow further questions. Thank you. From the paper. My question is about the vaccination program of China. What are the progress of vaccination for people above the age of 60? Now the floor is given to Mr. Wu Liangyu. Thank you for your question. According to the Joint Agency Prevention and Control of the State Council and National Health Commission, actively promote COVID-19 vaccination progress. By the end of April 27th, in total, we have provided 3,338,555,000 dosage of vaccines. The total number of people who have received vaccination reached 1,284,646,000, and with 1,249,413,000 finished full course primary series, and in total the coverage was 91.12% and 88.26% for vaccination and full course vaccination, and booster dosage 748,596,000, and sequential booster dosage inoculation reached 29,558,000 people, and 226,916,000 of elderly people above the age of 60 have received vaccination. Among this, 250,037,000 have finished primary series. The coverage ratio was 85.94% and 81.44% respectively. And we have provided booster dosage to 159,920,000 of those elderly people. And vaccination progress is smooth, and booster dosage are carrying out smoothly, and inoculation for elderly people above the age of 60 are increasing on a remarkable basis. And last week was the World Immunization Week, and April 25th is the children's vaccination date. And we have made arrangements requiring localities to go to schools, villages, and elderly people's homes to increase communication and enrich channels of communication, enhancing intergovernment collaboration so as to help people to have objective and scientific understanding about the importance and necessity of vaccination. We use scientific data and facts to prove that speeding up COVID-19 vaccination is an important channel to safeguard the people's lives. I encourage media friends to have more communication and publicity about vaccination work. We work together to encourage more people, especially vulnerable people, elderly people, to increase their vaccination ratio. Thank you.
来请泽科局第4排播到第2位。
谢谢主持人。每日经历。
Whatever reason shouldn't be the excuse